Hi, in this video I'm gonna share with you Cleethorpes with kids. I've recently spent the day there with my 2- and 4-year-old on my own, and I'm gonna share with you my favorite spots in Cleethorpes. First of all, this is where the bus dropped us off. There's also a toilet facility right here by the bus stop. From there we just crossed the road and turned right. Here, very convenient, you're nearly at the beach. You just go over here and then you walk along this path, and then you go in here in this part. That's where you get to the train station. If you arrive by train in Cleethorpes, this is where you will start. There's also a toilet here at Cleethorpes train station, and then you're right away here at the beach. This is a really convenient place to go to the beach. You just go there by train and you're right away at the Seafront, which is really good, really convenient for people who don't travel so much by car like me. So this is great. Now let me show you a little bit of the walk here. We're going to the Lollipop Train, Cleethorpes, to the stop here, and I'm gonna take you all the way to the other end of town, which is actually my favorite part, was my favorite part of Cleethorpes, and it's great to go with kids as well, with young kids.
Punch drunk crazy bets on me. Back mid-scroll, Armageddon arcade.
On the left you can see Cleethorpes Pier, and on the right you can see already some amusement arcades.
Don't know why. Cosplay cowgirls and numberless chats. We're feeling just fine in our running hats. Walking the wild, walking the wild. I don't know why.
The first thing I took my little ones on was this Lollipop Train. You can see it here, really great attraction, great way to get around Cleethorpes. There are my little ones. The cabin has enough space to store bags in it as well. This is where it started here, right by the pier. And you can store pushchair strollers here at the back. The driver will put them at the back of the train. The ride cost £2 per person, and under 2 were free, and the kids can get a lollipop if you want them to have that. I chose the Lollipop Train because it was an easy way and fun for the kids, for us to get from one side of Cleethorpes to the other. It took us from the pier at Cleethorpes all the way to the back of the leisure centre, right where the Cleethorpes Coast Light Railway starts from. Now let me show you a bit more of the journey, and then we go to the Cleethorpes Coast Light Railway.
I don't mind the hustle and the tussle. I don't mind the grind. I don't mind pretending we don't see these signs. I don't mind the hustle and the tussle. I don't mind the grind. You and me dancing on the Gideon time. Try to unplug it, turn it back on. Try to unplug, but the feeling's gone. Walking the wild, walking the wild. You don't know why, you don't know why, you don't know why. Radio play in the cesspool stream. Oh, running down nightmares that used to be dreams. dancing on my Gideon time.
The big building on the right is Cleethorpes Leisure Centre. This is an indoor leisure centre. It has a big swimming pool and also slides in it. There's also a gym and some other facilities. Apparently non-members can also go in there and they can just use it pay as you go. So that might be an option if there is a rainy day, so you could check out the leisure centre if you enjoy it, if you check it out. Now we're gonna show you the Cleethorpes Coast Light Railway. The Lollipop Train took us right here where this Cleethorpes Coast Light Railway starts from, which is really convenient. And we took the train also to the other side, and we're gonna show you that as well. It is really fun, especially for the kids, but also for me. If you're a train enthusiast, it is really good fun. So let's go in there. I will link the website of these places underneath this video if you want to check the latest entry fees as well. Also the Lollipop Train. This one cost me $5.99 per adult and $5.49 for a child from age 2 to 15. My son, under 2, was free. So let me show you. This is the Lucy Lou locomotive that took us. Really cool. I will talk to you about it in a second as well. So here he took our ticket as well. You can also store your pushchair and stroller at the back of the train as well, which is good to know. And there is one part of this train in the middle that can, where a wheelchair could also go in. So it's also accessible friendly, this train, really nice. You can see some have roof and some are open, also if there's rain. You can basically take it all the way to the other side. On the other side, you can play some golf and some other stuff, but it's, well, you can eat something there. There's a toilet. There is not really that much. There is a really cool little pub, little bar that is worth checking out. But then we took the train right away back. We were still in time. And this is really good fun. You can see here my kids were so excited. Over to the left here, you can go through and across when there's no train is running. Over there is also an outdoor kids paddling pool, and it's free as well. I will also show you that after this train journey when we come back to Kingsway Station. But first we will go now to Lakeside Station. Here you can see there's also a pond with some fish in there, which is nice. And then there is the paddling pool as well over the other side here to the left. The locomotive that drives us here today, it's one of their locomotives. This one is called Lucy Lou, and it is built originally as a 12.25-inch gauge locomotive for the Fairborn Railway in North Wales, number 24. It is a replica of the USA equivalent. After initial trials in Wales, number 24 moved to the then newly formed Burr Valley Railway and Kirklees Light Railway before becoming a permanent resident at CCLR in '97. She has recently returned from an extensive overhaul which was done by John Fowler Engineering, and it was named Lucy Lou, a name given to her by our late driver Jeff. The scenery here along the drive is really nice. You can see you're nicely near the water, near the beach, and also there's plenty of walking path here. You can see on the left, plenty of people walk around here as well. It's a really nice, lovely nature railway to take. This is definitely something for you to do, especially with kids and any train enthusiasts. This is a great railway to take.
Mama, ich bin ein Zug, Mama.
Du bist ein Zug?
Ja.
Tschu-tschu. Tschu-tschu. Tschüss.
Ich will wiederholen.
Oh, Lele. Plenty to do, Lele. You need space in your bag for your shelf. Wir sind da! Tut. Bleibt sitzen, bis der Zug anhält. At Lakeside Station, Lucy Lou goes back to the front of the train and gets hooked onto the train from there. Now let me quickly show you around Lakeside Station here. At Lakeside Station, you can first of all see here under the tram stop sign, there's a little mini tram. You can drive that if you want. Then there is some crazy golf over there. You can also play that here. So there's a few little things to do at this station. There's also some toilets on the left and a snack shack. So you can also get some snacks there. On the right, you can see the train times. This is during the summer holidays. That might be different when the kids go back to school, so you best check their website or call them up. I will link the website underneath here. These are all the different locomotives they have. You can see at the top the Lucy Lou that was on our train. Really, really interesting. At the end there is also this little pub. This is the smallest pub in the world, called the Signal Box Inn. You can also go in there and get yourself a drink. We just had enough time to go back, so we just had a look around and then we went back to the other side. You can see here we are in the carriage with the roof on top, which is also great to have if there's a rain, of course. Now we will head over to the paddling pool, which is just down here behind that tree in the middle. There behind is the paddling pool. There's a big fence you can see. I will show you that in a second. Here near the station you can also see here this gate. That's the gate that allows you to go over there to the other side and across the bridge to get to the paddling pool. And here is another look of Lucy Lou, a close-up of the locomotive, beautiful locomotive. And now we will show you how to get to the paddling pool from here. Here you can see on the right is the railway station. What you do is you go out of the railway station at the end, you exit it, go to the left across the road here by the trees there, continue there, and then you will see here the crossing there. You cross over and then cross over this, and then up there you turn right, you just walk a bit along, and then you will get to the free paddling pool. The paddling pool is very cold, but it's just high enough for the kids to do a bit splashing about, and you don't have to worry about them drowning. Of course, always watch them. There are no toilet facilities at the paddling pool, so be aware of that. This is the free paddling pool. You can see plenty of spaces to sit, and it is not that deep, so good for young kids. After a little splash in the paddling pool, we walked behind the leisure centre back to the main Cleethorpes beach. And before we got to the main beach here on the right, you can see also a part of the beach. This part here on the right is for dog owners, and there is some yellow signs in the sand over there, and they specifically say no dogs allowed beyond this point, which is good to know for me with young children. I don't really want dogs running around that I do not know, so it's great. The dog owners can go to the right to the beach, and the ones without dogs can go to the left here to the main Cleethorpes beach, which is great. There's also the National Coast Watch here around the corner. And of course there is the leisure centre. The leisure centre doesn't have toilet facilities for the public, so you would have to go in there and pay if you wanted to use the toilet, but you can't just go in there and use the toilet or even just pay for the loo. There is, however, straight ahead a little kiosk where you can buy snacks and stuff, and behind the kiosk is a toilet area which is sizable enough, and it is great. So here is the leisure centre, and there is the kiosk where you can also buy yourself the snacks, ice creams, etc. And behind it there is the toilet facilities, which is good to know. That's also the reason why this beach here, that's why I stayed with the kids, is great. First of all, I have the toilet facilities nearby. We've heard before from other people who were in Cleethorpes the same week that some toilet facilities along the beach weren't working. So it's good to know where there are actually some. So that's where they were working. Now here we are at the beach. The other thing I like about this part of Cleethorpes here is that you really have to go out quite a way to get to the water here. Of course the tides is out at the moment, but you're quite a way away. Even if the water is in a bit more, you're a bit more away from the water, which is great for me as a mum when I travel there alone with the little ones. But they were happy here at these little water pools, which is great, and I didn't have to worry about them going in the open sea. Now let me show you a bit more of the seafront here in Cleethorpes. Here you can see Kingpin. That's a bowling alley. It's also good to know if it's a rainy day, you can go in there, play some bowling, do some bowling. And on the right is obviously the pier, Cleethorpes Pier. There are plenty of amusements, arcades, so where kids can play these little hook games or whatever with coins, where you put coins in machines. Plenty of places for kids to lose money and their parents. But apart from that, yeah, it is a really good day out for kids, to be honest. I really liked Cleethorpes, especially if you can take the little trains as well and make it more interesting. And further at the end there is a Ferris wheel as well, and some slides. I don't know how much they cost. They seemed a bit sketchy to me, safety-wise. I wouldn't go on it myself. I like Ferris wheels, but it seemed It's I don't know. I'm just personally, I wouldn't go on it. This is also, you can find plenty of places to find sweets to buy here, also fish and chips, etc. And here you can also see some more the beach. Here it's a bit more crowded down here, the beach. So that's why I preferred the other end. And this is the little amusement park center. There's a little carousel at the bottom that is fine. But the Ferris wheel I'm not sure about. So you can check that out as well if you're interested. It's right by the train station as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of our content.